Imagine this. You're in your 70s or 80s, you've worked hard your entire life, raised a family, paid taxes, maybe even battled through debts and mortgages. Finally, you should be enjoying peace, health, and rest. But instead, letters keep arriving in your mailbox, and your phone won't stop ringing with debt collectors demanding money. Here's the truth that most seniors don't know. According to lawyers, there are certain debts that older people legally don't have to pay. Yes, you heard that right. If you're a senior, you may already be protected by law from being forced to pay certain types of debt, no matter how scary those collection letters may sound. In today's video, I'll walk you through 6 kinds of debts that seniors can legally walk away from, debts that should never rob you of your retirement, your savings, or your peace of mind. And stay with me till the end, because I'll also explain the common tricks debt collectors use to scare seniors, and how you can protect yourself from being bullied into paying what you simply don't owe. The reality of debt in old age. Before we dive into the specific debts, let's face the reality. In America, nearly half of people over 65 carry some form of debt into retirement. Some owe credit cards, others have medical bills, and many are still paying mortgages or loans they took out years ago. But here's the good news. The law recognizes that seniors often live on fixed incomes like Social Security, pensions, or retirement accounts. And creditors cannot simply take everything from you. Most seniors don't realize that their income sources, especially Social Security, are federally protected from debt collectors. That means, in many cases, even if you technically owe money, there's nothing creditors can do to collect it once you're retired and living on protected income. So let's go debt by debt and uncover the 6 that seniors may not need to pay. 1. Old credit card debt. Credit card companies love targeting seniors. They know older people often feel guilty about owing money and want to do the right thing. But here's what lawyers say. If you're a senior living only on Social Security, credit card companies cannot legally garnish or take your benefits. Yes, they can call you. Yes, they can send letters. And yes, they can even sue you in court. But even if they win, there's usually nothing they can take if your only income is Social Security, SSI, or certain pensions. This is called being judgment-proof. And here's something else. Most states have a statute of limitations on credit card debt, usually between 3 to 6 years. If the debt is older than that, collectors can't even sue you. It's legally uncollectible. So seniors who get letters about a 10-year-old credit card bill, lawyers say you don't have to pay a single dime. 2. Medical bills you can't afford. Medical debt is one of the biggest fears for seniors. A single hospital visit can generate thousands of dollars in bills. But here's the reality. If you're over 65, much of your care is already covered by Medicare. And for the remaining portion, if you truly cannot afford it, you cannot be thrown in jail, evicted, or left homeless because of medical debt. Hospitals may send bills. Collection agencies may threaten lawsuits. But again, if your income is limited to Social Security, pensions, or retirement funds that are legally protected, they can't force you to pay. In fact, many states even have programs where hospital debts are forgiven for seniors who show financial hardship. Lawyers stress that you should never empty your retirement accounts or sell your home just to pay off medical bills. These are considered non-priority debts, meaning they fall to the bottom of the list legally. 3. Certain old tax debts. Now this one surprises people. We all know the IRS is powerful, but even the IRS has time limits. Generally, the IRS has 10 years to collect a tax debt. After that, it expires, and they can no longer chase you for it. What's more, the IRS is often unwilling to aggressively pursue seniors who have no assets except for Social Security and a modest home. In many cases, you can apply for what's called currently not collectible status. That means the IRS legally admits you can't pay, and they stop all collection efforts. So, if you're an older person with a lingering tax bill from decades ago, talk to a tax lawyer. Chances are, you may not need to pay it at all. 4. Personal loans and payday loans. Many seniors fall into payday loan traps or take out small personal loans in emergencies. These lenders often charge sky-high interest rates, and the debt can spiral quickly. But here's the reality. Like credit card debt, payday loans are unsecured debts. That means there's no collateral, nothing they can take from you if you can't pay. Sure, collectors will threaten you. They'll call your phone morning and night. But legally, if you're only living on Social Security, your income is shielded. They can't touch it. In fact, many payday loan companies rely entirely on intimidation. Lawyers often advise seniors to simply stop paying and block the harassing calls because in most cases, there's nothing more the lender can do. 5. Mortgage deficiencies after foreclosure. Here's a lesser-known one. Suppose you had a house with a mortgage you couldn't keep up with and the bank foreclosed. Sometimes, after selling the home, the bank still says you owe them the deficiency, the difference between what the home sold for and what you owed. But here's the thing. In many states, especially those with strong consumer protections, lenders can't legally come after you for that deficiency once the foreclosure is done. Even in states where they can, if you're an older person with protected income, they usually can't collect anyway. So seniors should never feel pressured into paying massive leftover mortgage bills after losing a home. In most cases, you can legally walk away. 6. Family members' debts you never signed for. Finally, this is a big one. Seniors are often guilt-tripped into paying debts that aren't even theirs. Maybe a child or grandchild took out a loan, couldn't pay, and now collectors are calling the parents or grandparents. But here's the law. Unless you co-signed the loan or signed as a guarantor, you are not responsible for someone else's debt. Debt collectors love to pressure older people, making them feel morally responsible. But legally, you don't owe a penny for debts that belong to your adult children, siblings, or anyone else. Period. How debt collectors try to scare seniors. Now that you know the 6 debts seniors often don't need to pay, let's talk about the scare tactics collectors use. Lawyers say these are the most common. Threatening jail time. This is illegal. You cannot go to jail for civil debts like credit cards or medical bills. Harassing phone calls at all hours. You can legally demand they stop contacting you under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. Threatening to take Social Security. Social Security is protected by federal law from most creditors. They cannot touch it, making the debt sound urgent or moral. Collectors often use guilt, saying things like, "Don't you want to leave your family debt-free?" Remember, it's not your job to sacrifice your retirement for unsecured debts. The truth is this. Debt collectors thrive on fear. They know seniors are often polite, trusting, and want to keep their good name. But legally, you are far more protected than you realize. If you're over 65, chances are many of the debts haunting you are unenforceable. So remember the 6 debts. Old credit card debt. Medical bills you can't afford. Old tax debts beyond the limit. Payday or personal loans. Mortgage deficiencies. Family debts that aren't yours. If one of these is hanging over your head, take a deep breath, because you may never have to pay it. Instead of worrying, focus on enjoying the years you've worked so hard for. You've earned peace, not stress.
Outro.
If you found this video helpful, share it with a parent, grandparent, or anyone who may be struggling with debt in retirement. And remember, you are not alone, and you do not have to be bullied into paying debts that the law says you don't owe. Thank you for watching, and here's to a peaceful, debt-free retirement.